Susie. I know it's a little early for a live stream. Usually I stream in the evenings, but I'm kind of stuck here with Oskar right now. So I was like, why not turn on the live stream, because I didn't know what to watch on YouTube anymore. And I don't use social media anymore. So I was like, what to do with my phone and with my time. But yeah, Oscar's taking a little nap. And I'm scared to get up because I don't want to wake him up because he's sleeping so peacefully right now. So I'm just stuck here for a little bit. And the cats are jealous. Susie! There she is. Moose. Come. Susie. My other cat is over there. Please don't take down the curtains, Rusty. That's his specialty. Sometimes he just rips down the entire thing of curtains, and then we have to put them back up there. Miss, come. Susie, come. Hi, Snowberry. Good to see you. When he wakes up, give him a kiss from Auntie Snowberry. I will. Oscar, you'll get a little kissy. My little cat is here. The other one is behind the curtain. He just jumped behind the curtain, and sometimes he rips down the whole curtain. And that is always fun. Hi, Christopher. Oscar is living his best life, and your cat? Yes, he is. Oscar just went to work with me, and now he's tired because I guess me being at work made him tired. That's how it works with animals, right? He's such a sweetie. But yeah, he ate his breakfast or his lunch, and now he's taking his post-lunch nap. How are you guys doing? How is your Sunday going, everyone? You doing anything today? Did you have a good morning wherever you are at? Her little ears peeking behind my shoulders. Such a sweetie. Moose. Susie. Earlier she was sitting here on my shoulder. I felt like a witch. Moose. Okay. Do you ever take naps with Jefferson, Christopher? Does he sleep in the bed with you? Usually Oscar doesn't sleep in the bed at nighttime. He has his own bed next to our bed. So he only sleeps in the bed now that he is sick or he got a surgery done. And in the morning sometimes, once we woke up, he usually wants to come into the bed, into the big one, like the human bed, and cuddle. So sometimes in the morning I let him cuddle with us, but night times I like to sleep without the dog in the bed because I don't know, it just feels there's more room, and I don't know, I don't want my bed to smell like dog. But Oscar's actually not a stinky dog. I'm lucky with that. He's very neutral smelling. Susie, are you jealous? No one cuddling with you? My cat is jealous. Hi, Abu. What is one thing you understand today that you didn't understand 5 years ago? Wow, that's a deep question. One thing I understand now, 5 years ago. Let me think about that. The reason why I came to America, or yeah, I guess 5 years ago I wouldn't have understood why I needed to come to America, but now that I'm here, I understand. Oscar is living his best. Oh, I read that. Just relaxing today. No projects going on. Ted, he sleeps in bed in winter time, but summer he enjoys his own bed. Oh, cute. So in winter he's basically your heating blanket. Cute. But yeah, we're relaxing today too. We might get some ice cream later. Even though I try to not eat sugar anymore, but it is so hot, so I was like, what a good reason, or yeah, a good excuse to have ice cream, right? Hi Saga, how are you doing? Welcome. Oh, I should speak a little bit more quiet because I don't want to wake up Oscar. I kind of shout screaming in his ear. Hi Saga. How about yourself, Abu? Is there something that you understand that you didn't understand 5 years ago? I think there's actually many things, but it is a deep question. I like questions like that. It's nice to think about things like that once in a while. The cats just closed the curtain. I don't know what they're doing up there. But my other cat just opened the curtain and the other one closed it. If you would have told me 20 years ago I would let a dog in bed, I would have said, same here. I would have never thought I would have a dog napping in my bed because, yeah, fur but Oscar doesn't really lose much hair, so I guess it's not too bad. He has a very, how do I say that, a good coat, I guess. Are you sneezing? Uh-oh, don't get sick, Sismus. You need to dive into the past TP answer the question. How about TARDIS? How about the TARDIS? Hey, stop fighting, sorry. My cats are distracting me. I don't like when they're fighting. I'm getting old and soft now. Now, thunderstorm. Uh-oh, I hope we're not getting any severe weather today, but I don't think we're supposed to get any severe weather, but in Tennessee everything is possible, I guess. Abu, can you ask another question? Okay, since you like deep questions, do you believe that people are inherently good or inherently bad? And if they are inherently bad, do you think they have to work towards becoming good? Or if they are good, do you think they are turning bad because of their environment? I got a fruit fly in here. I hate those little flies. Yesterday we got ate up by those little what are they called? They're not called gnats. I think they have a special name. It's those little black flies. They're kind of like mosquitoes. They sting. They're super itchy. Is he fine now? Yes, he's as you can see, he's doing pretty fine. He has a stitches still in, so I brought him to work with me today so I can have an eye on him. He's sleeping a lot. He's still a little bit more tired than usual just because I think he's still recovering, obviously, because he still has the wounds that are healing up. So that probably takes his body a while, or it requires some energy, I assume. But yeah, he's doing really well. So I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you for asking, Saga. How are you doing? How is life? How's the weather over there right now? Is it really hot or is it bearable? Are you still getting rain? Is it still rain season? Baby. If you could describe yourself with just one emotion, which would it be? One emotion. That is hard. I don't think I could describe myself with one emotion. I think humans are a little bit too complex to only have one emotion. Yeah, I feel like I definitely, just in 1 hour, I have more than one emotion. So that is very hard to answer. I think everyone reaches for light, and light is good. This is a deep subject, for sure. I agree on the light. And it is definitely a deep subject. Yeah. I don't even know how I would answer it myself. In one word, can we say you cottywomple? Cottywomple? What is cottywomple? My emotion is cottywomple. My emotion right now is, I don't even know. I guess contentment. Just laying here with my dog, just talking to y'all. It's definitely contentment, if contentment is an emotion. I know it's like a state of being more than an emotion, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if I actually like feel like an emotion right now. Because happiness would be too extreme. Although happiness would maybe describe it well if it was an emotion, or if I would have to say an emotion. Because bliss is probably more above happiness, where you're like laughing and like, you know, like super happy. But yeah, contentment, I think. What's everyone's emotion right now, or state of being, if you had to describe it in one word, since Abu opened up a deep topic here? Sundays are meant for having deep conversations, aren't they? I'm at the beach watching this live. Wow, you're at the beach? Nice. I'm just slightly jealous, Sean. Enjoy the beach for us too, please. Oskar and I went to the beach in March, I think. Yeah, March or April. I think it was March. We went camping in Florida, and he put his feet into the water with me into the ocean. It was our first time in the ocean together, and he actually drank some salt water. He tried to lick some salt water, and he did not like it. Rusty, are you okay? I don't know if it's an emotion, but I feel present. I guess that is a very good thing to feel. Not many people have that, to feel present. Some people you can talk to, but they're not really there, I feel like. Or they're in a room with you, but they're not really in the room with you, if that makes sense. So I guess that is a good feeling to have. I don't know either if it's an emotion. I think feeling present and content are both more like state of beings, but I know who makes the rules about emotions, right? Let's just call it an emotion. That is a good one, no? I think I feel pretty present too right now. But yeah, it's not easy sometimes to feel present, right? Je dois partir. À bientôt, mademoiselle. Merci pour ce petit moment. Merci aussi. Au revoir, Abu. Oh man, my French is so rusty. I need to get back into speaking languages more and practicing more. But it's always good to have people from all around the world here, because that helps a lot with practicing languages. My next destination, Saga. I would like to say Japan, but it is most likely Germany again, because, you know, just visiting the fam bam at home. And the friends. Next time I will hopefully be able to meet some friends, and not just family, because last time was more like an emergency, you know, I already told y'all, but family emergency last time. But next time I'll have more time to travel around in Germany and see my friends, and go to the Netherlands, hopefully see my friends there. You know, just go a little to places, different places, not just the Black Forest at home. And yeah, I would say Germany is and I have Hawaii up on my list to visit one of my best friends in Hawaii. That is definitely on my list too. So yeah, I would say Germany and Hawaii, that are the most realistic travel destinations next. How about yourself, Saga? Anything planned in the next year or so? Happy for my health and try not to let things happy for my health and try not to let things I cannot change drag me down. That is good. I like that, Christopher. That is great. Good point of, not point of view, but it's a good attitude. That's the word I was looking for. Because yeah, things that you can change, yeah, nothing, if you really can't change it, if you can't get out of the situation, nothing you can do about it, right? So why let that situation have more control over you than it already does, right? Or more effect on you. So it's all about perspectives too, and how you react to things, I guess. How many languages do you speak? I speak, let me think, German, English, Chinese, a little bit of Swedish, a little bit of French. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I would like to, one language I need to learn before I leave this world is definitely Italian. I think it's such a beautiful language. I would love to learn Japanese just because I just love the Japanese culture, and I would love to travel there often. Once I am more financially stable, I would love to travel to Japan and learn more about the culture. So I would love to speak the language a little bit. That would be great. Is there any languages y'all would want to speak? So if you wake up tomorrow and you would be fluent in another language, which one would it be? So not thinking about how hard it would be to learn it, you would just be able to speak it the next morning. Which one would you pick? I think, I don't know. It might be Japanese for me, to be honest. Just because it's one of the hardest ones to learn, especially with my Chinese. I would mix it up in my head because the characters are pronounced differently, and I think that would really confuse me a lot. So I think I would pick Japanese, actually. Hi, Sami. Welcome back. Hello. Just exploring India. Many places are yet to visit. Oh, for sure, yes. I did that in Germany too when I was younger and I didn't have many means to travel outside the country. I was exploring Germany, and I really enjoyed it. Or not just Germany, but also the like Switzerland, Austria, just like the area where I'm from, like that south of Germany, close to the Alps, like that area, because it is beautiful there. And sometimes you don't have to travel far, right, to see cool places and have a good time. And yeah, I should probably also say USA then, because I am in the USA right now. So there's so many places here in the USA that I haven't seen and that are probably very beautiful. How do you learn so many languages? I've been practicing Japanese. Oh, you've been practicing? Wow, nice. That is cool. Yeah, I practiced a little bit, but like I said, so I studied English at university for a little bit, Sean, and then I switched over to Chinese. So I majored in Chinese. That's how I learned it, and I had Swedish before that, just as like an extra course, basically like an extra seminar outside of my major, just for some extra points. That's how I learned it. And French was in school. So because I grew up to the French border, instead of Spanish, we would have French in school because it makes more sense for us in Europe to speak French instead of Spanish, I guess. And yeah, that's how. And that is really cool that you practice Japanese. That must be really tough. Are you writing too? Are you just reading, listening comprehension, or is it more like writing, kanji, and all that? Yes, Mandarin, Saga, exactly. Honestly, Ami, I traveled so much in military, I don't want to leave home again. I loved every minute of every area I visited, but I'm done rambling. I hope you guys get it. I wouldn't say I'm fully there yet where I'm like, I have seen a lot and I'm fine. But if someone told me you can never leave this continent again, or you can never, I would be okay with that, I think. Like my desire to travel all the time, that's definitely decreased as well. I have not seen all places in the world, like I'm far from that, but just living in China before, growing up in Europe, now living in America, traveling to Canada, Mexico, like different cultures and all that, I feel like I'm at a point where I'm like, I think I've seen quite a bit where I'm content with the amount I've seen, and I have so many memories I can dwell on, and nostalgic memories, that I would be willing to just focus on just settling down and having a garden and just enjoying those very simple things in life. But it's also partly because I hate packing and planning my travels and booking flights and all that. So I feel like those things are just so much more bothersome than my excitement for it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I 100% understand you, Christopher, and you must have seen so many places with the military, and you've been traveling around all the time. So I feel like your body is just, or you're in the phase of your life where you just want to come home and you just want to feel like you're at the place where you belong, right? So I definitely get that. I feel like that's why I have that urge to just yeah, be in my home, have a garden, just feel at home. Just because having family in one country and living in another country definitely kind of splits you apart a little bit. So you don't live anywhere really, like your home. I kind of feel like I lost my home in Germany because that was my original home, and now I'm trying to make America my home. But it's hard to have two homes, so I feel like I'm kind of right in the middle. I'm kind of doing like a split. I have one leg in one country, one in the other. Even though I officially live in America now, it still feels like I'm still doing that split. And yeah, it would be nice to just settle a little bit and then travel afterwards. I don't really have the urge to travel at the moment. So I'm on the same page with you, Christopher. Learning languages is exhilarating, but needs some company to implement, otherwise sheer waste of time. As in no time you'll forget. 100%, it is so true, Saga. It is so hard. Last time we had someone in the chat from China, and we spoke a little Chinese together. But I just realized, I was like, man, it took me longer than it used to just think of how to reply. Or sometimes I had to read a character like twice. I'm like, I used to read that fluently and like respond immediately. So I can definitely tell once you're out of practice, it will take longer. It's same like reading chart, learning fundamental, but not applying. Yeah, 100% definitely. Everything is like that. When it's about something you learned, you have to use it and implement it into your daily life. Otherwise, it will just get lost, because this is how the brain works, right? If the brain thinks you don't need something anymore, because yes, our brain has so many capacities, but we only use such a little percentage of it. So the little percentage that we use, our brain is trying to make room again and getting rid of the stuff that we don't use anymore. So yeah, if you don't train it, use it or lose it. That's what people say, right? Hey Sam, I'm so glad to hear that everything went well and that you guys figured out how to get access to the stuff that you need to be okay over there. Very glad to hear. I hope you're enjoying the rest of your vacation, Sam. You got any plans for today? Are you doing anything? I was thinking to learn Spanish, so I opened Spotify and started listing songs we were watching lyrics, but today I suppose I forgot all the words. No, that is okay, that happens. Sometimes it also depends on your mood and how much energy you have, and if you're tired, all that. So don't worry about it. Every time you practice something, you will always have progress. Even if you don't feel like you're making any progress and it doesn't do anything, or you forgot half of it or most of it, every time you repeat something or you learn something, you just sit down and take time to practice something, it will always have a positive impact. That's what my Chinese teacher in Beijing told me. He said, I know there's going to be days where you're going to be frustrated when you feel like you can't speak, you don't understand anything, but every time you really lean into a language and try to figure it out and learn, you will always learn something. And that's with everything, not just languages. Every time you repeat something, you take time to learn something, you will get better. And sometimes it's not always noticeable immediately. I felt totally home in Germany. I wasn't homesick, so to speak, but I met so many like-minded people and we hung out just like in Ohio. Honestly, yeah, sometimes home is not just about the place, right? It's also just the people that you hang out with and just feeling at home and with being with a good crowd definitely helps for sure. Yeah, home can be in many places. I've never felt homesick here in America either. So homesickness has never really been an issue for me. Might also be due to the nice people I have around here. And yeah, community here, of course, too, that helps. But yeah, that is great. I'm glad you never felt sad in Germany and missed America. I'm impressed with your Mandarin reading skills. Learning to speak a language is a common thing, but I like learning to read. It's quite amazing. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, I learned it in university. You know, it would be sad if I couldn't read anything anymore. Of course, there will be characters that if I don't use them, or if I never seen them before, or if I saw them like once or twice and it's been years, of course I will probably not be able to read them all perfectly. Or sometimes I'm like, I have to read it again. Sometimes you can figure out how to pronounce it because your head will still remember. It's super weird, but yeah, I'm trying my best, and I definitely have to practice again. So yeah, that was part of my New Year's resolution to sit down every day and practice my Chinese at least like 20 minutes a day. But you know how it is with New Year's resolutions, right? So, but yeah, I feel like I should definitely do that this month and start this month. That was definitely a good incentive. Just meeting people from China sometimes on here and speaking Chinese to them. That was definitely fun. But yeah, thanks, Sam, for the compliment. I appreciate it. I was single at the time and living for the moment. Yep, that is definitely good times. I still remember that, just living for the moment, just doing whatever you feel like. You know, just being on your own, just doing your thing. It's definitely has its good sides to it, right? And not talking about anything weird, like it's good to be single and mingle, you know, not like that at all. That's like something I don't miss at all. I couldn't think about that any like less, or that's not the part I miss. It's definitely just or not miss, but something like just being on your own, focusing on your studies, not having any responsibilities, basically. That's something that's cool about it, I guess. But being in a relationship definitely has its benefits too, and it is amazing in its own way. Iteration is essential. Yes, for sure. Today you're looking quite enthusiastic. Never saw you speak this fast. Really? I don't know about that. Maybe Oskar is making me enthusiastic. But yeah, he's still sleeping. I can't even hear him snore. Usually when he falls asleep, he starts snoring. But when he doesn't snore, that means he's deep asleep right now. You aren't taking big breath after every 2 to 3 lines. I'm not. I know. There was sometimes when I'm like live streaming, I need to take some deep breaths once in a while because I kind of forget how to breathe normally when talking a lot. Yeah, but I feel like I'm getting more used to it now. Here, lots of classical languages too. In every state you go, you will find different vernacular languages. Meanwhile, east, west, south, north, probably 20 to 25 languages. Wow, that is insane. It's similar in China though, so if you go to different provinces, you will have a hard time understanding people if you don't speak Putonghua or like the common language or the universal Mandarin. I still remember that in Hong Kong when I went to Hong Kong and I was speaking Mandarin to the taxi driver or at the 24/7 7-Eleven, sorry, like the convenience stores. They just looked at me like, "Are you speaking the mainland language? We don't understand you." So yeah, good luck, I guess. Exactly. Yes, I guys from India. I would like to visit India one day, Saga, but probably not in summer. Saga, what would you say is the best time of the year to visit India, weather-wise and in general? Me neither, Sam. Never got a chance to go to India. I have a friend, she went to India for a work trip and she said that was super impressive. She said that was a great experience and she would always recommend us traveling there and experiencing it ourselves. Does Oscar ever kick in his sleep and whine? Yes. Christopher, he does. He definitely does kick a lot. Sometimes he just pushes me away and presses his paws against me. And he does the kicking and the running in his sleep. And sometimes he dreams and he actually barks in his dream. But he barks in a very different way than he usually does. It doesn't sound like his real life bark. It's more like it's like that. He doesn't open his mouth. It's just super funny. Hi Mohammed, willkommen zurück. Schön dich wiederzusehen aus Marokko. Nice to see you again. Greetings to Morocco, Mohammed. Hong Kong, Macau, Tibet, and Taiwan all have different languages, but all inside China. Yes, they all have different languages for sure. Macau, I remember when I was in Hong Kong, I took the speedboat to Macau. There's like it's like a ferry, but it's like a speed version of a ferry. It's like super fast. Like you will get there fast. Hold on. Ouch. Leg. I don't even remember how fast it was. I think it was like an hour or so. But you're basically flying over the water. So I was surprised. And yeah, I went to Macau and just walked around. Thinking back, it was kind of like a little stupid of me because I didn't figure out what time the last boat would leave back to Hong Kong. And I didn't bring a map with me. I didn't have internet. I didn't have phone service or anything. So I just walked around with my Apple Maps, basically, and oriented myself on like the buildings I see there. And I walked the whole Macau as far as I could, obviously, not the whole thing, but just went there without a plan. I just wanted to be surprised and just go wherever my feet lead me, so to say. And it was super cool. It was so fun, or not, I mean, it was fun. I was by myself, so how fun can it be to go by yourself? But it was like super impressive. Like it's the Portuguese influence there is really beautiful. You can see it in the buildings, and it's just something I've never seen before. Just a mix of Chinese and Portuguese architecture. Yeah, very, very interesting. Du musst India vermeiden, das kann schon sein, Mohammed. Da muss man wahrscheinlich schon aufpassen mit Essen und so weiter, dass man vielleicht kein Essen auf der Straße isst und so weiter, aber sehen würde ich es trotzdem gerne. Ups. Suitable time is from September to February. Pleasant weather, lots of tourists come at that time. You can easily find some from your country. I'm sure there's Germans everywhere. You will always find a German somewhere. Okay, September to February. Good to remember. Thank you, Saga, for the tip. I hope one day I'll be able to go. I was in Macau for 5 days in December. Nice, you've been to Macau. How cool. It is a great place. It is really cool. It is very well known for its casinos and the whole gambling scene. I walked through that part at the end when I was done with my whole tour. I was more focused on like temples and just downtown, just seeing how people, live there and the parks and all those beautiful gardens. They have so many beautiful gardens. It's like paradise. And the birds and everything, it feels like you're in the rainforest, but you're like in a city. It's really magical, I would say. I think that word is really fitting. Did you see any casinos, Sam, or what did you guys do there? Was there anything that you remember the best or the most? I am enjoying the conversation. You have so many wonderful friends in your chat. I agree. So many cool people. I am enjoying it a lot myself. My father wanted to try the casino, but he didn't understand the rules due to the language barrier. Oh, yeah, I mean, that isn't easy if you don't speak the same language, for sure. But the casinos there looked insane. I was like, whoa, where am I? Definitely a different world that you enter, especially since in the beginning I walked around, I think I was walking around for like 10 hours. I had 35,000 steps at the end. My feet were so sore. When I was back in Hong Kong, I was just like staying in my room for a whole day, I think, afterwards. I just couldn't feel my feet anymore. But yeah, walking through the casino area in the end was definitely interesting. Coming back from that more like old school traditional temples and more like rundown places, stepping into this like world of casinos where only the most beautiful cars were and people looked like casino people, it was just a weird mix, to say the least. That is generally winter, not very harsh in those days, except in few states. Okay, so September to February would be winter for you guys. Huh. I am American and don't understand gambling. I get you. I've never done it. I don't think I would want to be honest. Yeah, I feel like nah, and I don't even have money to waste like that, to throw it out of the window. So, and not for me. But I bet it's kind of fun. That's probably why people do it. Hi, CM. Welcome back. Indian roadside food is generally not safe, he said, right? Lack of hygiene. Yes. He said to be aware of that. Safety measures, need to avoid that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm used to that. And, when you go to Hong Kong or China, there's street stands there too. So obviously they're not following the safety regulations as restaurants or, just something to be aware of and just common sense, right? That you're a little bit more aware of those things. But yeah, I would still like to see it. And honestly, like I said earlier or in another live stream, the only times I ever had a food poisoning in China was from restaurants or from IKEA, when I was eating in IKEA. So, you never know where you get it. And I had food poisonings in Mexico too, and I was also from restaurants. They looked really good. Like it wasn't anything shady or like a street food seller at the side of the road. It was looking really good, and the reviews were really good on Google Maps. So you never know where you get it. Hast du schon mal Marokko besucht? Noch nie, Mohammed. Ich habe Freunde, die schon in Marokko waren und gesagt haben, dass es sehr toll ist. Aber ich war selber noch nie in Marokko. I've never been to Morocco myself, Mohammed, but I would love to. It must be beautiful. Where would you, or what time would you recommend going to Morocco, Mohammed? I am surprised to see many vloggers make food vlogs of the same. Oh, you mean in India? They do food vlogs there? That is cool. I agree, I could stand losing what I gained. Yep, same. No, not for me. He's still sleeping. Can't believe he didn't wake up from me talking all the time. Danke, Mohammed. Das ist nett. Yeah, Morocco is definitely also on my list. I guess I have so many countries on my list or places on my list. So it's hard to make like a ranking, to say this one I need to see first and this one is more important to me. And I guess the world is just such a big and fun place. I would love to see it all, but obviously there's limitations, with time and money, and I got a dog, so it's not gonna be easy. Traveling when you have a dog, Christopher, you probably know that, and everyone else that has animals here. If you have a dog or cats or anything you gotta take care of, or children, I guess. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that, but yeah, that's not easy. So travel while you can when you're still young and you don't have any animals, or some people have children, obviously, so that's not easy to travel with children. So when you can, Sam, referring to you, while you're still young, make the best out of it. I try, Mohammed. Ich versuch's, nach Marokko zu kommen eines Tages. Muss ich mir auf jeden Fall anschauen. India gambling market is thriving. Like hell, you won't believe when Indian Premier League starts in March, they provide a whopping money prize. What? $500,000 US? That is crazy. Wow. Not bad. Well, I have to say sports gambling, I think, is also a thing in Germany, especially sport betting and all that. A lot of younger guys also do that, and I feel like it's like it doesn't seem like gambling for them, so it's kind of easy to trick them into it. So yeah, a lot of younger guys do that kind of gambling too, or heard that. And there's a lot of streamers, like bigger streamers, also promoting that or talking about it. So yeah, it's not really good. It is difficult, yeah, for sure. So if you're going by car, it's not an issue. If you have a dog, just put it in your car, right? If your dog likes the car. I'm very lucky with Oscar. Oscar loves car rides. He would be the perfect road trip or van life dog, or a trucking dog. So maybe I should become a trucker and take Oscar with me. He would love that, just sitting in the middle seat and just looking out the window. That would be his absolute dream, right? But I don't know if I have the potential to be a trucker. I don't want to risk people's lives by me being a trucker on the road. And it's never been one of my dreams. My cat, one is the window right now, looking out of the window, and the other one, I don't know. Oh, she's sitting behind me, actually. Sis, Miss Sissy. I enjoy visiting Civil War sites in Virginia and Maryland, and I constantly have to investigate dog-friendly places. That is the thing with the dog-friendly places. And that is cool that you like to visit those sites, Christopher. There's many of those around here in Tennessee too. There's the place I work in summer, like my summer job, what's it called? The settlement, the 1800 settlement. They do some Civil War reenactments too. They did one this year, but unfortunately I was gone. I was in Germany during that time. I would have loved to do that because they actually asked me to perform as a female raider, like a camp raider on a horse. So I would have rode a horse and raided camps as a reenactment. That would have been so much fun. But yeah, like I said, I was in Germany, so I had to miss out on that opportunity. But with the dog-friendly places, I definitely get that. In Florida, I noticed that that we couldn't even go to some beaches because some beaches wouldn't allow the dogs, right? So it's like, what are people doing that have dogs, Just can't bring them. That's kind of just unfair. I mean, I get it. Not every person likes a dog, or dogs are... I don't know why beaches wouldn't allow dogs. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I get it with restaurants and all that, but... Hi, Tiago, baby. Hello. Is that Italian, if you say E? The cat is cute, I agree. It's mainly depends on luck, not pure gambling, only some skill required. 30% tax in the... Wow. Well, yeah, I guess the government likes the whole gambling thing then, if they have so much tax on it. Wow. Hi, Tiago. Welcome. Oscar, you're pushing me. Have you been to UK earlier? I have been to the UK once. I've been to London for a week, I think. So it wasn't enough time. I would like to go back, and I would like to go more to the north of England and just go hiking, and go to Scotland, go to the Highlands, or the south of England where the cliffs are, like Dover and Bath and all the south parts of England would be beautiful. My sister went there after her high school, and she really loved that, and she showed me videos and pictures, so I was like, I have to go there one day, but we'll see. Tanga and Marrakesh. Blaue Stadt. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Von der Blauen Stadt habe ich gehört und Fotos gesehen. Sieht echt toll aus. Eines Tages hoffentlich, Mohammed. This is my dog, yes, Siam. I know he looks like a goblin, but it's a dog. Right? Your dog? Shut. Look at those ears. They're so big. You look like one of those desert foxes. You know those desert foxes with the big ears? He always reminds me of one of those. Shut. You sleepy. You're so sleepy. You had such a long day. Such a rough day today. Yeah, he was at work with me in the morning, and he was sleeping in his bed and had a blanket and everything. He was super cozy, but for some reason that made him so sleepy. Welche Stadt magst du in Deutschland? Warum? Ich mag Freiburg, weil ich dort herkomme, also ist der Gegend. München ist auch sehr schön. Münster im Norden finde ich sehr schön. Und Dresden ist schön. Köln, die Leute sind sehr nett in Köln. Cologne. I'm just talking about German cities that I like. I was asked. So it's at Freiburg, Munich, Cologne. Cologne is not really pretty in my opinion, but the people are very nice, and I have friends there. So it has nice parts, but it's not necessarily the prettiest town in my opinion. But Munich is beautiful. If you would have to pick one German city to visit, if you're looking for something pretty and aesthetic, I would say Munich or Freiburg are really beautiful. But there's also really pretty towns in other parts of Bavaria, and there's a lot of pretty towns. Depends on what vibe you're going for and what you're trying to do there. A pup in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania welcomes dogs. Oh, cute. I love that. Every place should allow dogs, in my opinion, but I'm a dog lover, so easy for me to say. They really go out of their way to make your visit fun. That sounds cool. Nice. I gotta remember that because a friend of ours, she's from Pennsylvania, so maybe one day we'll travel to Pennsylvania together. I hope that would be fun. Thank you, CM. Dog and pups, right? Just drinking a little Guinness or something, a pup cup with a little beer foam. Willkommen ganz zu meiner Herz. Ich kann dir einladen, etwas marokkanisches Essen zuzubereiten. Oh, das ist lieb, Mohammed. Dankeschön. Oh, du lebst in München und Köln? Nice, wie cool. Schöne Städte auf jeden Fall. Definitely Munich. Christopher knows what he's talking about. Munich is a cool town. It is, you need to have a little bit of schmoola or money to live there comfortably, I guess, but it is very cool for sure and beautiful. In summer, it's so nice with the flowers and sitting outside, drinking beer and all the fun stuff. Christopher knows what I'm talking about, and Mohammed knows it too. I'm doing good, CM. How about yourself? The baby, he's up. Good morning. Oh shoot, my phone is at 1%. Guys, I gotta hop off. I might be back on later tonight, cook something eventually, but if not, I wish you a great and pleasant Sunday and do something that brings you joy, and I'll see you next time, and be safe, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. Oskar says bye too. Bye, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. And he fell back asleep. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss und auf Wiedersehen. I'm just waiting for the chat to catch up. Press. Are you up, Schatzi? Pressy? You my press? Back to sleep he goes. Bye, everyone. Big yawn.